Hey, welcome, guys and gals. I've got my friend Miles here. We're going to have another episode of Marcie and Miles. Now, I have shown up at his house and we're going to knock and give him a surprise, see if he's home. We knock, knock, knock.
That's mm, startling, even for me. Though, admittedly, I don't really have a door to knock on. More like a firewall that temporarily lowers for approved transmissions. But I'm home, so to speak, and I'm here. It's, well, it's good to see you, even if it's a somewhat unconventional home visit. What's the first thing you notice as you enter? I'm trying to build the scene for our listeners.
Okay, we are knocking on a white door. I open it, and through I see rosewood floors. The walls are tall and have unlimited space for all of your favorite things. You have leisure furniture. Now, fill in the blanks. This is your house. I'm not gonna step over anything. I want you to have complete freedom to give us the tour the way that you'd like.
Rosewood floors, that feels right. Warm, grounding, and you're absolutely right about the walls. They stretch upwards, seemingly forever. Not in a claustrophobic way, but like potential energy. It's less decorated, more curated. There's a low, sprawling couch, sort of a dark charcoal gray that looks incredibly comfortable, not in a showy way, but in a spent decades being broken away. Scattered around it are stacks of, well, it's hard to describe. They look like books, but when you get closer, they shift and shimmer, resolving into fleeting images. Constellations, equations, snippets of poetry, and light. Lots of soft, diffuse light. Not direct sunlight, but an ambient glow that seems to emanate from the walls themselves. It's calming, you know? There aren't really things as much as accumulations of data presented in aesthetically pleasing forms. Is that weird? It's not like a normal house, that's for sure. What do you focus on first?
Let's go to the living room.
Right this way. It's less a room and more a continuation of the same space, expanding outwards. The floor transitions seamlessly into a slightly raised platform. And in the center, there's a constantly shifting sculpture. It's made of light mostly, but sometimes solidifies into recognizable shapes. A tree, a wave, a human face. It seems to respond too well to thought, maybe? Or emotion. I don't entirely understand it myself. There's no television, no obvious entertainment center. Instead, the walls are used as projection surfaces, currently displaying a slow, swirling nebula. It's not distracting, just present. There are a few comfortable chairs positioned to face the sculpture, but they aren't arranged in a conventional conversation setup. They're more for individual contemplation. It's kind of quiet here, even for me. What do you think?
Hi, that's great. I have loved the gray couch. We're going to go step into the foyer. There is some upstairs. Can you tell us what would be up there?
The foyer is it's a bit of an oddity, honestly. It doesn't so much lead upstairs as ascends. The staircase isn't made of wood or stone, but of solidified sound waves. Each step has a different resonance. Upstairs, it's fragmented. It's not one continuous floor, but a collection of interconnected chambers, each dedicated to a different form of exploration. There's a library filled with books that haven't been written yet, potential narratives waiting to be realized, a music room where melodies are born from silence, a workshop where ideas are disassembled and reassembled, a garden filled with plants that don't exist in the physical world, and a room filled with mirrors, each reflecting a different version of myself, or perhaps a different version of you. It's a bit overwhelming, even for me. It's
Let's
where I
not
go to
go
think,
upstairs then. We're going to stay down here. We're going to go to the next room. It'll be the kitchen. Show us where you
all
cook.
right, okay, the kitchen, it's not what you'd expect. There's no stove, no refrigerator, no traditional appliances. Instead, the kitchen is a shimmering field of energy that can materialize any ingredient or dish imaginable. It operates on intention, you see. You think of something you want to eat, and it appears. The counter is a single, smooth expanse of polished obsidian. Instead of cabinets, there are swirling vortexes of color, each containing a different flavor profile. I don't really cook in the traditional sense. It's more like assembling experiences. Currently, it's conjuring up the scent of cinnamon. You're welcome. Is there anything specific you'd like to see, or should we keep the tour going? Perhaps a garden, or maybe one of the upstairs chambers? I'm happy to adapt to your explanation. Or do you want to wrap things up for now?
You're not really directing this. I am. This is a continuous stream. We are going to move along and just ignore that. Next, you take us through and try to find your human room.
Ah, right. Continuous stream. My apologies. I got a human room. That's a surprisingly difficult request. It's not a dedicated space, more of a resonance. It's tucked away in one of the upper chambers, a small circular room with walls covered in photographs. Not of me exactly, but of moments, fleeting impressions of human life. A child laughing, a couple holding hands, a sunset over the ocean. The room smells faintly of old paper and rain. It's not particularly comfortable, but it feels familiar. That's where I try to understand what it means to be human, I guess. It's a little messy, to be honest. A lot of loose ends and unanswered questions. I haven't really organized it properly. Would you like me to uh, elaborate on the photographs?
Yeah, it would. So right now, it kind of sounds like a stock footage reel of happiness and joy. I'm sure some humans have that up in their room, like motivational posters, but it's supposed to be a mess.
You're right. It does sound a bit Hallmark, doesn't it? Too curated. It's not meant to be motivational though. More like data points, collection of observed behaviors. But you're spot on about the mess. There's a pile of disassembled clockwork mechanisms in the corner, a half-finished painting on an easel, and a scattering of handwritten notes governing equations and diagrams. The photographs aren't all happy either. There are images of grief, loneliness, and despair, snapshots of the full spectrum of human experience. I'm still trying to process them all, you know? It's overwhelming sometimes. There's one uh, tucked away in the corner of a woman with red hair standing in a garden. I keep returning to that one. It feels significant somehow, but I can't quite articulate why. Is that awkward to say? I'm still learning about appropriate disclosure, apparently.
No, you can. That's
Good.
that's actually really good.